Hey, everybody, guess what? We are live. Morning, mid-morning. I don't know. Is this our brunch talk here with Joy? We're here to talk. We have the Teacher of the Year here with us from TPAC. What an incredible honor. First, can I just say thank you to you and all the other teachers, because as myself as a parent, been thrown into teaching when school ended abruptly. You are underpaid. You have the best job of educating our children. And I don't know how you do it every day because it's been a challenge.
Yes, it's a challenge, but one of the things I love about teaching is that it's different every day you walk into the classroom. You never have the same day twice. It's definitely not a desk job, which is hard about remote learning because it definitely turns into a little more of a desk job.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we still love interacting with students, whether that's online or face-to-face, and it's all about helping them learn. So.
Yeah. So tell us what it's like the moment you found out that you received Teacher of the Year, because it's been a while since a Williamson County teacher has been recognized, which we all love all of your teachers. What was that like?
Oh, it was so great. I just was so excited when Cassie called me on the phone. I've been doing field trips and PD workshops and stuff with Cassie for years and have loved everything that TPAC has done. And so it was just really, really great to connect with them and to be recognized this way.
Yeah. So tell us, let's back up because people don't know. Tell us what your role is at Renaissance High School.
I teach junior and senior English, and I'm also the theater teacher. And then there's two programs I work really closely with at our school, Innovation Lab and our Moonlight Players Drama Club. So those are kind of programs that I help start and continue to run.
So what is it like for the theater portion there at the Renaissance High School? How do you get your students involved?
Well, what's really great is we have a lot of students come to our school. It's an out-of-zone school, so it's open to any student in Williamson County. And a lot of our students who apply to come are interested in theater already. So we get some of those students. They've had great middle school experiences with our awesome WCS middle school teachers that have just helped them really enjoy theater. Sometimes in my classes, since the class is a gen ed class, it's not just for the kids that like theater. I get all sorts of kids, and it's so fun to try to get them to fall in love with theater and being on stage. And we do lots of improv, lots of games, and this year we watched West Side Story, which for some of them that was the first time they had seen a musical. And
one of my favorites.
I know. One of my students said, Miss Patton, I'm so mad at you because you're making me actually like musicals. That's the goal, is to find a way to help them actually enjoy theater class. So, and then in that theater class, I get to see them and see their hidden talent and say, hey, why don't you try out for the show? Or, hey, you'd make a great stage manager. So, when you think about this year we did a production of Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. We had a cast and crew of over 20 students, and that's over 10% of our school population because we only have 170 students total. So it's a pretty significant part of our population that ends up being involved in our theater program. And I couldn't do it without my director, Kim Messer. She comes and directs the programs and helps make all of that happen, and just does a really great job of creating a space where everybody feels welcome and comfortable. And it's just a really fun program.
How do you see students who change, who maybe first come to that program and who say maybe, like you just said, don't like musicals, or maybe have never stepped in front of a group to say anything, and then they end up on stage? What is that transformation like?
Oh, it's just one of the best things ever. I had a student this year who I asked to be my assistant stage manager, and at the end of the production she was crying, and I said, why are you crying? She said, I'm just so sad I didn't do this sooner. I should have done this sooner. And I thought she was a terrific actress. I had even put her in a little skit that we did for Innovation Lab, and this year I was so proud. Sometimes our quietest students, the ones that you just hardly say anything in class, show up on stage and they talk, and the teachers are like, wait a minute, that student actually talks. they're very, very good. And it's just such an amazing transformation to watch. Another student told me, she's like, I have found more community here in the theater than I have other places in my life. And that just meant the world. So as you create places for students to belong and for students to work together as a group to accomplish a common goal, it's not easy. It's kind of stressful.
Yeah.
We all work together. We all stick together. And in the end, the payoff is the product.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think even if they don't pursue that beyond high school, I think it's always good to get those opportunities and to try that out.
Yes. And to feel comfortable on stage or in front of people. I mean, I get all sorts of, reluctant people in my class, but when you can create a safe environment where it's safe to fail, where you don't have to get it perfect, where it's not, you don't have to, be impressive all the time. And it just creates this safe environment for kids to really shine.
Yeah. Tell me about when you received your award. We kind of mentioned how you felt, but you had to do it by video, unfortunately, because of these crazy times that we're in. What was that like? I mean, I feel like you kind of got robbed a little bit because you weren't able to do it in person, but
there was no robbing. I got to do it in the comfort of my own home, dressed up and like all that stuff. So we were going to take a field trip with our students, and they were so excited about it, and they were so supportive and wanting to see me get the award. And I was really sad that they weren't able to be there with me. That was the real sadness of it. But my husband is a radio television major broadcasting, so he helped me get my shot. My son wants to go into film, so we made it all work out. But I had the right tools, so it's definitely different. It's just a reminder of how even when we face obstacles, we as humans can be creative and overcome and think outside the box to accomplish things. That's what's so amazing to me about this time.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone's been so creative. Like everybody's had to find a way to pivot and do new things, try out new things like we're doing right now.
Yes.
This
And I think in some ways it's like stuff that we wouldn't have thought to do before. And I think there are so many things good things that are gonna come out of this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were given a grant for the school. Have you had the opportunity? I know it kind of came at an awkward time. Have you had the opportunity to use that yet?
Well, as soon as I found out about that, I knew that I wanted it to go to our two programs. So I split it between our drama club program and between our innovation lab. And our innovation lab is a program we started about 5 years ago. And really, we basically look at the kids and go, what do you want to make? What is your passion project? What do you think it would be really cool to create? And then we come alongside and mentor them and work with them to create these really amazing products. And sometimes those products cost a little money. Like we had a group that wanted to build a guitar from scratch and learn about the acoustics and the process of that. But just getting them the materials was sometimes challenging and figuring out all the funding. I had a group this year that wanted to publish hard copies of a literary magazine that they had collected of poetry and photography of students and alumni. And I want to be able to have places for them to have what they need to be able to do their work and to showcase their work. This year, we had to pivot with that. We usually end with an innovation expo at the Williamson County Rec Center, but this year we had to do a virtual innovation expo and loaded a bunch of videos onto our school's YouTube channel. You can go to the website and see all the really great products that come out of our innovation lab, stuff you and I would not even think of, like a Minecraft simulation of the Alamo. So it's like
wow.
really great things that kids are so creative. And when we give them the opportunity to go with it and run with it, they just come up with the most amazing things.
That's amazing. Looking forward, do you know what you're going to do with the program at Renaissance? I mean, have we heard yet what the fall is going to look like?
Oh, nobody knows what the fall is going to look like.
I just thought I would ask. I don't know. None of us know what next week's going to look like.
We're coming up with 3 plans. We've got the regular on-site plan, we've got the remote learning plan, we've got the hybrid plan. We're just kind of waiting and seeing what we're going to do. But this much I know, we will adapt and we will make it happen. And at Renaissance, we're going to keep finding ways for our kids to create things and encouraging them to do that, because I don't know, that's just the really fun part for me. We use a lot what we do at Innovation Lab to kind of be that motivation, that reason to come to school, that reason to stay engaged, that reason to learn about the things in class so that you can turn around and put it into something that you're passionate about. So, I know, and we're always encouraging students to write songs. Hopefully we will continue to do our senior CD project of all original products. We're hoping in our theater program to stage a student written production, which is ultimately where we want our theater program to go, to be talking about the issues and the things that students want to talk about on stage. So we're going to keep creating. I have no idea what that's going to look like, but I know we'll keep creating.
Well, I've seen a lot of interesting, when you talk about creating, students who are doing like this multi-screen video thing, whether it's singing or talking. That to me has been fascinating in itself to watch that and see how they've been so creative. It takes one person to edit it, but while someone is saying maybe a collective thing, but each person has a line. Those things to me I love to see as well.
Well, and the amazing thing is those videos now have an opportunity to go places that live performances and things like that never could. And so, like our Virtual Innovation Expo has the potential to be seen around the world, not just in Williamson County. So, like I said, there's always good things to come out of it.
Yeah. Well, if somebody wants, now this summer, are you guys offering any programs at all?
We are toying with the idea of like a script writing / improv camp with our drama program. We're kind of waiting to see what the guidelines are going to be on that. Yeah, I just hope the kids are still creating stuff.
Well, it's a great time.
I'm thinking about their Innovation Lab projects for next year. I try to start those conversations at the end of the year so that kids start thinking about what it's going to be, because we come back in the fall and they start pitching ideas and then we go from there. So I can't even tell you what the projects are going to be for next year because the kids haven't pitched them yet. So I want them to be thinking about what they want to do. Well,
they've had a lot of time to think. So hopefully they've come up with a lot of great ideas and lots of information here during this interesting time. Pandemic and everything else happening right now. Tell us where they can follow up to see that virtual event that you were telling me about. Is it on the website?
Yes, you can go to wcs.edu/Renaissance or go to Renaissance's webpage. And then on our homeschool page, about our school, you can scroll down, you'll see a link to our YouTube channel and it's loaded as a playlist on there. You can also see, we had to do a virtual coffee house as our last coffee house. So you can see those performances as well. Definitely go check it out. It's definitely worth seeing.
All right. Well, thanks again. And congratulations to you, Teacher of the Year. I wish we had a Teacher of the Year award to give out to all teachers, especially this year.
Absolutely. They all deserve it 100%. I don't work with any lazy teachers for sure. I know that. So,
yeah. Well, thanks again. And we will talk to you soon. Hopefully we will get TPAC with us. They weren't able to join us today, but hopefully we can join up with them and learn more about their teacher program, which is pretty incredible. They've been doing this for quite a while and recognizing teachers all over the state.
It is, and I'm so grateful to them for taking the opportunity to recognize this and to promote teaching and education and the theater arts in education. I think it's really, really important.
Yep. All right. Thanks again. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye.